What is happening, everybody? I hope you've had a good...
Back in like 2005, something like that.
I think my first con was so good. It's Friday Junior.
It's Friday, Junior. It's podcast day. It's payday.
And when you come out, do it electrically. It doesn't matter how you feel about the situation.
My name is Raff. We always start the podcast because we just want to talk about it. We'll talk about music. We'll just share those stories and experience. This is my co-host, Carl, a.k.a. the BeerBuddy. He is hailing you.
This sort of weird era where they're sort of right in that post-grunge.
Look, you're fighting the good fight in today's world. My war was fought 40 years ago, really.
We are the two dudes who talk music, and we are here. Hey, I'm too quick on that air horn button, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, that is amazing. I love every second of it, dude. Fantastic.
What is happening, everybody? I am the Reverend Raff, and we're doing something slightly different today for the podcast. We have our good friends Pyrefly, who are actually, since they're so local to Kyle, they've gone around to his place. So we got them, those boys on the couch.
Guys. Hello.
How are you gentlemen doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad today. I mean, more than not too bad. We're doing fucking excellent at the moment.
You are, because we got you on today, because congratulations are in order.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. It's sorry if the voice is still a bit husky from all the screaming the other day.
No, that's fine.
It was a little bit. There might be a few videos of me acting like a bit of a goose at the tournament, but yeah, no, it was mad. It was mad. I crowd surfed. I do believe I almost hit the deck trying to crowd surf, which was hilarious. But then they put me back on the stage, so who could complain?
Awesome! I can't wait. I've seen some little clips, but I haven't really watched. I've seen them pop up on my feed. I haven't had a chance to watch too many of them, but yes. So we are giving you guys massive props and congratulations, because you guys have won the competition to play on the Sydney leg of Good Things, which is awesome. So big round of applause for you guys there. That's an awesome job. Love to see some genuine talent getting recognized and getting an opportunity like that to be in front of a lot of people. Now,
Gonsica and Blind Eliza absolutely ripped it up.
Yeah. So that's the give us a bit about the other bands that were playing on that as well, because we want to show them some love too.
Well, Gonsica are like this death metal, new metal kind of grindcore kind of deal, and man, they had the whole place going off right towards the end of the day. People crowd surfing. I couldn't get there's a little bit I got in that mosh pit there. I have a video of me getting in the mosh pit, and I got kind of bashed, and it lasted about 5 seconds in that after he split the room, and he split the room in the Burdekin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Blind Eliza are a bit more on the rockier side, so they were kind of like I wouldn't say a sore thumb in the whole situation. Like, they were really good. I loved them, and so did the crowd. They even did this whole little walkout thing where they did the what's the Monty Python, when the priests come walking out.
Yeah.
They did that thing, and they were all dressed up in robes, and the drummer was dressed up in a wizard outfit and played the whole set in a fucking wizard outfit, the absolute psycho. It was 35 degrees that day.
What I will say for Blind Eliza is, I've got nothing but accolades to all the bands that we've played with, really, but Blind Eliza, I believe it was their vocalist was at Our Heat, and he went to all of them. Like, this guy was just he was there for fucking everything. And that's something that doesn't go unnoticed, I find. I recognized him as soon as I saw them because I'd seen him before. He was just front and center, loving everything, talking to every band. And Gossica, oh my God, I love Gossica. For the whole of last week, hated Gossica. We contacted each other beforehand and we contacted each other about, after they'd won, and went, so we hate each other now, yeah? Yeah, all right. So it was just, let's start beefing. We're going to tell everyone that the other one sucks. But, as soon as they got up on stage, the moment they did, they're just... Liam, the vocalist, has this control over the audience. I jump around and get up in people's grill and stuff, and, I'm like a fucking gremlin, Whereas, he just stood there fucking firm and proud, and people are going nuts off his every word and movement.
Hell yeah.
Had an aura going
Yeah.
around him, like he was just controlling the crowd
Like,
the whole day.
all of them have that same kind of, mastery, like they're just fucking brilliant when it comes to the way they control the crowd and engage with the crowd. Also, their bass player, that's his like fourth or fifth show with him. Yeah, he's very new. I think it might be less. It could be his third or something. I don't know. Like, he's very fresh.
Okay, cool.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Hey, good for him, right? Like getting to, be involved in something and get in front of that kind of crowd. It's always a good time. Always a good time.
Do you want to add on?
Oh, mate, I walked upstairs. They'd already started playing. I think I got up there towards the end of the first song, and I was like, all right, let's see what Gossica are going to bring. And I stood there and basically crapped my pants for the next 15 minutes. And then I just went, I can't even watch the end of this. I need to walk away now. I'm just like, this is not good. That was so good. All I want after the show, I was messaging the boys and I'm like, now I need to come and see you when we're not up against you, so I can just come and enjoy it and have none of that. Oh my God, these guys are so freaking awesome. I don't want them to win.
Well, that's it. That's it. Because for those who are wondering, like, what the hell exactly we're talking about, if you're watching from overseas, you may not be aware. This is a music festival that runs here in Australia called Good Things, and they, in recent years, have started doing a competition in each city to have, a local band be part of the show. So, each of the cities where the festival's taking place, there'll be, a bunch of submissions, and then there's like 3 heats, and then the 3 winners of the heats all kind of go against one another in a final, and whoever wins in the final gets to play on the festival stage.
Yeah, they said there was about 2,000 bands got put forward to begin with, and then you end up with, 15 in each city. So there's like 45 get through between the 3 cities, and then you got the 3 finals, which have 3 in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, it's made for some really entertaining gigs to play. But that one the other day was probably the most stressful show I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
So that just brings something completely different to playing a gig as well. Just that level of, you're not just there entertaining the fans. You really want something yourself out of it. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a great idea.
It would definitely change the vibe a little bit, I think. Because at least, I don't know, but I know I've definitely played with bands on everyday gigs where they feel like it's a competition. Some bands seem to treat it that way, which is not a great way to treat it. It's a toxic way to treat it, because ultimately all the bands should be there wanting every band to do the best that they can to put on the best show for everyone else. And I've personally know that I've performed some of the best sets that I've been in when there's been a band on before my band I've never heard of them before, but they've absolutely kicked ass. Because that's inspiring and it makes you want to go out and do more. But I can obviously, in an environment where there's something like a big kind of prize like that on the line, you're like, oh, I don't want them to be this good.
That was definitely a thing, but the whole thing was everyone was very friendly about it, weren't they? And God, tell them about the fans near the end of that show, man.
The way things went with the fans was particularly wonderful. I'm going to preface this by saying I fucking hate competitions. It's not what it's about, and it's not like it feels really rich and dickish saying this because we won, but like I fucking hate it. I think it absolutely, in my mind and in my heart, it ruined what I was doing it for. Because like I was there trying to get ahead of the other bands. I was there trying to and I knew that everyone else was thinking that way too. So I was hearing stories of people playing dirty, like fucking taking tokens out of other people's boxes with chopsticks and shit like that. And fucking
come on, guys, that's not in the spirit of the whole thing.
Oh God, no. And I also heard about people telling their fans, "All right, we're finished. Go home." And I'm like, okay, again, in the spirit of competition, I understand, but I still don't like it. And what I really liked about the finals in particular was the Gossica and Pyrefly fans, they came out and they came out fucking hard. And for the most part, like there was a little bit of, like some of the Gossica fans showed up for them, some of the Pyrefly fans left after us, but for the most part, it was just a lot of people wearing both shirts. It was really intense right at the end. After we were waiting for that. It was about half an hour for him to count the votes.
Yeah.
And
Crowd got antsy.
yeah, the crowd got antsy. It started off with a bunch of people chanting Gossica, and then a bunch of people started chanting Pyrefly, and then the chants kept going, and it sounded like a weird amalgamation of it was perfectly balanced, Pyrefly and Gossica, which was really cool to hear. Then I started a chant for Gulge, hashtag justice for Gulge. Should have been Gulge up there. Yeah, and of course that was me. Then suddenly everyone started singing One Last Breath by Creed. Then people started chanting for Creed, and then a mosh pit started. And all of this, there was no, the room music wasn't on. It was just dead silent aside from that.
Wow. Okay. So, but that's really cool that a lot of the crowd hung around for the result and like that as well. Not just like, okay, the bands have played, we've made our votes, let's go, we'll find out later. Like people were invested in it. People hung around because they wanted to see who was going to win. Was it when you guys were announced as the winners? Were even like the fans of the other bands were like cheering and stuff as well? Was it like good vibes all around?
Yeah, the room went nuts. And there were no boos.
Yeah.
Not a single. You could see that some people weren't. Yeah, 100%.
Your friends didn't like if they were invested. Yeah.
I mean, fuck. After Goska's performance, I was a little disappointed. But there was it was still a very positive vibe. All the bands were hugging and stuff on stage. Trent stage dived. It was particularly that laser just got me right in the fucking eye. To the thing.
There we go.
That was warm. I didn't like that. But yeah, the room was just so fucking positive. Like even family members of the other bands were coming up and congratulating us, and we were making a point of going around and telling everyone how much we loved them. But most importantly is there wasn't a single person on our side that I saw that was saying, sucked in or anything like that. There was no gloating or no bragging. That I hate the competition, but while they were counting the votes through to the end, it reminded me what it's all about, Seeing people just moshing in a full room, even though there's no sound there, because fuck it, we're here. Let's sing Creed and run into each other.
Yeah.
It was good to remember why we're there, and that's the kind of spirit we want to try and keep carrying forward, going into good things. We didn't get here on our own laurels. We didn't get here because we are that good, It's got fucking nothing to do with us. The only reason we were able to progress is because of everyone who's given us a stage, everyone who's watched us on those stages, everyone who's listened to us, everyone who's messaged, commented, shared, everyone who's just recommended us to someone else. Pyrefly has become a community, and the community fucking won. I think that was the only real edge that we had in any sense, competition-wise, is we weren't going in as a band trying to win as a band. We were going in with an entire, our own little world behind us.
Yeah.
And I've said so many times, if it was down to just us and our talents, we probably wouldn't win. No,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
The quality of musicianship we saw throughout the whole competition was insane. And there are bands that I would have picked over who made less mistakes or musically may have fit the event better and stuff like that. But we had people really coming out in force behind us.
Let me tell you a little story, okay, about that, because I want you to understand that I understand where you're coming from. Okay? While ago, long time ago, back when I was still in Tensions Arise, we entered a competition to open for Head PE. when they were touring, like on their Sydney leg of their tour. And I think it was like, it must have been 2011. Yeah, I think it was the 2011 tour when they were played at the Manning Bar, right? And it was purely public vote. It was purely public vote. This was still back when, like, you know, Facebook wasn't so fucking algorithm based, and you followed a page, and all the pages and people that you followed, their posts were in your feed in chronological order, and that was what it was, right? But we, you know, fucking spammed the fuck out of our chat, out of our feeds and everything, and messaged everyone thing to get people voting and stuff. And it came very, very close, down to the wire almost, between Tensions Arise and Deprivation. And even at that time, even like 2011, like Deprivation had been around longer than us. They had much more of a reputation than us. But we were just like we want to, you know, so we like, because this is what it was like. You're playing by the rules of what the competition is, right? Like you it's a public vote, so you're asking people to vote. That's just how it was. And ultimately Tensions Arise got it. There was a lot of great bands on the fucking thing. You know, we were like, I cannot believe that we got ahead of Deprivation for that one. Like, because I hadn't seen Deprivation at that point, but down the line a little bit, the following year, I actually did get to see them live, and I'm like, I don't know how they fucking didn't win it. Because
Legwork.
they were terrible. And it was just a case of, you know, and there was a lot of like, oh, did we deserve to get it over any of those other bands or not? And at the end of the day, if you got it, the question of deserve is irrelevant. You have to take the opportunities that you can get. And this is why I take the stance of I might express frustration with promoters picking the same when I see promoters picking the same local bands to open for internationals, a lot of international shows in a short run of time. But at the same time, I never begrudge the band for taking the opportunities that are given to them, because you're a band and you're going to take those opportunities, and you're not just going to sit back and go, oh no, we've been doing too many of these. So, you know, we felt that Deprivation probably deserved to win that competition over us, but there was no way in hell we were going to go, oh well, yeah, no, you guys probably deserved it, so you should, you know, do the show instead of us. Like, that was never going to happen. You know,
I really like the it's not about, in my mind, it's not about who deserves it, really.
exactly.
Like, it's
Was the opportunity there? Yes.
well, like,
Take
it was, we owed it to the people who came out in force for us to make it, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were buying their drinks, and that's how the voting system works. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
no,
Like,
which
at the end of the day,
someone made a lot of money over this competition.
oh, dude, that was
Mhm.
the smartest idea.
The amount of fucking the amount of absolutely hammered fans we had there. I got one mate, and I'm not gonna use your alternate name, but he has a alter ego that he tends to have a few too many tasty beverages, and he can go a little off the rails. And our poor mate Shano, our roadie, stage manager, gear handler, he's everything. The heart and soul, the dwarven heart and soul of Pyrefly. He had his butt raped and pillaged with the worst thing. He's come in with the butt slap, but like it was wrist first. It was shot. Oh mate, it's just good to see one of your mates just have that many beverages while he's watching you having that much fun. And you didn't want to let him loose in the pit. People would have got injured then. Yeah. But yeah, there was so many people that came out and just they really they got on it. They had good feeds. They played, and you know that's what the competition was. And I suppose if you had to come in with 5 fans and thought we are the best technical band here, you don't win that competition that way. But you know, we're all in it and just trying to do our best. And the fact that there's so many bloody awesome people behind us, and we're getting good crowds everywhere, and the same people. Yeah.
we've got a little list of people that I want to fucking yell out.
Of course,
First of all, BeerBuddy, my boy. BeerBuddy's been he's been a rock for me trying to navigate things that I don't fully understand. Same with Tom and Grindhead Productions. We went into this whole competition prepared. Like, we had game plans. Like, not just about like get up, do your best, but like how are we going to get people there? And Tom is really good at getting me to think outside of the box. So our management, Grindhead Productions, absolute saints. But we want to give all of the love in the world to Elton Chong's in Penrith.
Oh.
Those guys, they came both times. They spent a fuckload on on beverages and got tokens and stuff like that. But Chong's is really proud of the fact that we're a band that really kind of helped them establish what they're currently doing, and they helped us in turn establish how we want to do things. They're a venue that we've been able to work with quite a lot. And some of the best shows we've had are there. We've gotten some insane fucking crowds into this tiny little less than mosh pit sized room. And having them come out and like having a fucking venue come out and make sure they've got your back.
It was crazy when I saw him there.
Yeah.
Because I was sort of like, no way. Okay, like, is Elton Chong's closed? Like, is it closed now for this?
No, they had to draw straws to see which staff members could come.
That's great that you've got
Yeah.
like a venue that kind of has your back like that, though. It's so important to see that when this is what we talk about all the time when we talk about like the scene prospering, when everyone is trying to help everyone else do well. This is the kind of stuff we talk about. This is like, Elton Chong's has been a great place for you guys to play, and they've been really welcoming to you guys. You guys have obviously helped them a lot by playing and bringing a lot of people into the establishment and being a big supporter of the events that take place there, even when you guys are not involved with it. You guys aren't on the bill. That doesn't matter. You're still like, it's an amazing gig down here. Get down there and check it out. It's things like that. When the support is there and it's going both ways between, and that's just between you guys, has been really beneficial for both parties. You imagine once other people start getting involved with that, and I recognize that it's a bit hard sometimes because it's hard to know who's actually going to give back and be on board with that sort of thing for the right reasons. Like, people trust people and then get taken for a ride sometimes and things like that, and it's easy to get cynical about it all. But like, it's this sort of situation, this relationship between Pyrefly and Elton Chong's has just been so good for both of you, and it's a perfect example of what we talk about when we say supporting the scene. So
100%. And I mean, on the topic of knowing where to put that goodwill and how things are, I used to worry a lot about that. Like, I used to worry that I'm being too nice and getting taken advantage of, or like, do I need to be meaner and stuff like that. And what we've figured out is we try and do that for everyone, regardless of whether it comes back or not. Like, we help out, let's say we help out another band a heap, and then they go, cool, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and then piss off and then talk a bit of smack about us. That's okay. I don't mind that, because our name's getting out to other people who have heard about us from other people, and they go, oh, but they're lovely. Like, it's the way you present yourself in the scene really affects how people will interact with you, or how they'll listen to news about you. And we try and put out as much goodwill as we possibly can, regardless of what comes back.
And and that's not to say that you have to be like a doormat or whatever, right? So in that situation that you outlined there, that hypothetical, right? Like, you work with a band, you're very supportive, you help them out, you do all this stuff, right? And then, they go on their way, and then it comes back that they've been talking smack about you later on. You just then go, okay, well, I treated you how I wanted to be treated, and you haven't reciprocated. You've shown me how you treat me. So now I'm not, you just don't get that from me anymore, And it doesn't mean that you're going to then go out and be a dick about them.
Oh, there's
you're
no
just gonna
point.
go.
Like,
You just go.
it doesn't do anything
Yeah,
if you're a dick.
you
Like,
just go.
it's-
I'm just not going to work with you anymore. I'm not going to give you that, or I'm not going to give you that same level of support. Like, right? You're like, cool. If we work together, it's just business, but don't expect me to go above and beyond for you the same way that I did before, right?
absolutely.
You know, you do business, and it's whatever it is, but you're not. You know, as long as you can see where that you can have that boundary, like, then it's great. You know, it's important to have those kind of boundaries there. Like, there's people, you know, up here that, like, I won't, like, I'm not necessarily the hugest fans of, right? I don't say that, you know, I'm not going to work with them, but I just go, all right, well, I'll work with you, but that's the extent of it. Like, we're not friends.
How much of
We're
the
playing on a
extent
show
does it go,
together.
though? It's like if you're playing on the same show, it's just you're sharing the same stage, not even working together really. You just need to be in the same vicinity and get the same job done at your designated time. Like,
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying. And look, we had beefs with bands back in the day, and we got put on shows with them. I had to sit right next to them at the merch table where all the merch was set out.
That's the best, though.
Like,
I love beef
but-
with fans.
but-
I want to beef more.
No, I know you do. You lean into it, but this was the early 2010s, and we were still hardcore, and I don't know, but yeah. But at the end of the day, like the thing was, I just didn't talk to them. Like, we got to be there. Like, it's my big thing is that the big issue is just because I don't like. I love that thing of I may not be your friend, but I still want to see you eat.
Yes.
Just not at this
not
table.
at my table. Yeah.
Not at my table. And that's the big thing people need to get their head around. We all got to eat. You just don't need to eat at my table.
I mean, that is all well and good, but I come from a childhood of WWE. So
Put your ass through the table.
yes, exactly. You may eat at this table after I put you through it. Can you dig it? And that's how I handled a lot of the promo.
And that's
leading
the
up to this
bottom
as well.
line, because Pyrefly said so.
There was a guy at one of our shows that had an Austin 316 shirt on it, and
Nice.
I told him that's the bottom line, and he looked at me like I was a fuckwit.
Oh, really?
Do you not get? Well, you know.
Oh,
But,
man.
That anymore. You can't be a gatekeeper.
We're past that. But my promo last week was as soon as I got home after seeing Gossica win their heat, I got straight into the Pyrefly gear. It was pissing down rain outside. I went straight out fucking side, stood in the rain, and got my wife to film me from the bedroom window, just out in the street yelling, Gossica! And then it was just like a montage of me doing push-ups and telling them I'm gonna fucking kill them. And
Nice. Yeah.
doing like dance aerobics and stuff and telling them I'm gonna beat them up and crush them with my thighs.
Yeah.
It was the most janky ass fucking promo video you've ever seen.
Yeah. But that's the point. That's you just got to have fun with it. You just got to have fun with it, you know? And
Exactly.
yeah, like this is, you know, there's a band up here that's kind of been doing a similar thing with a lot of their like promo for gigs and stuff. They've been promoting it in the style of like wrestling promos, and you know, we're gonna. Like,
I have seen the recent regular Gonzalez
Yes,
stuff, man.
yeah,
It's been quality.
shout
It's been
out-
really good.
Shout out to
Shout
regular
out to them.
Gonzalez. They're amazing. Love those boys. Well,
Oh,
love that.
dude, they're
love
a
that
funny
crew, love
bunch
that
of
whole
dudes.
group.
They're crazy.
Yeah, they're good, and they're like, it's like super groovy and like proggy and just like
The best way to
cooler
describe
stuff.
them, they are the Red Bee, but the Queensland version.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Red Bee, you know,
Yeah.
you'll have
Yeah,
some
it's
idea
just-
of
yeah.
what.
If you know Red Bee, it's like that, but Queensland. 3-piece, big sound.
Yeah, like Red Bee, but if they sang more about beer, basically.
That's always a good thing. Songs
Yes.
about beer are always good.
Yes,
100%.
they absolutely are. They absolutely are. So look, I just checked my my little spreadsheet here, and it has been not exactly a year, but just a little bit over a year since we last had you guys on. So other than, you know, than absolutely kicking ass and like earning a spot on Good Things, like what else have you guys been up to in that time? Just for our viewers that maybe sort of haven't been able to keep tabs on it.
So you would have talked to us, just after Avatar then? That would have been about right?
Round about then, it was
Yeah.
it was the 2nd of November last year that we
Okay.
had you guys
Well,
on.
the biggest thing to happen in and around Pyrefly is that the recovery from Avatar is going well, and my wife can get her arm up here now. Yeah, she busted her shoulder up pretty good. Yeah, we were having a lot of fun on Sunday because she was down there and we were like, stop. Don't have it. You're not allowed backstage. Nope, stay away from the stairs. No, we're not allowed near any of that. She goes, don't be stupid. It's not going to happen this week. It'll happen. It'll happen at good
It'll
things.
happen at good. Yeah.
Nah, you just got to make sure you keep her off the cans early.
Yeah. But geez, the year for Pyrefly, what's that been like? Gigs.
Because I do constantly
everywhere.
I constantly see you guys pushing gigs and promoting stuff. You guys are never not busy.
We had 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 1 6-week break all year.
Yeah, 1 6-week break. But I wanted to flood the fucking market, but not be anywhere too close. You know,
Yes.
like I want our name. I wanted our name to be on everyone's feed every day because something's always being promoted. But you've still got to wait 3 or 4 months to see us.
Yeah. No, so playing
And
lots,
that's-
but not playing like the same places all the time.
Yeah, and in that we got to do quite a lot of cool stuff. We've been all around the East Coast. We're going to be hitting Brisbane sometime soonish, hopefully.
Don't forget about New Year's show.
Oh, what New Year's show? What New Year's show?
It's been announced.
Which one? Which one?
The one with
With who?
with King
With who?
with King Parrot.
With Gulge. That's right. We're supporting Gulge. We're supporting Gulge on New Year's with local upstarts King Parrot.
Shout out to
So that's
Toddy
gonna
and the
be
boys.
fucking mad.
You've already started it. They're already starting the beef with King Parrot.
If I can,
First rock has been.
if I can get beef with King Parrot,
Yeah.
yep, them kids, it's gonna be fucking great.
Those whippersnappers.
This is why we don't. This is why we don't care if someone wants to talk smack about us because he's just going to turn around and just make something out of it and just go, "Cool, smack, let's do it." Promo time.
No, like my whole thing is if someone wants to start some beef, like if someone has an issue with how we do things, I'll probably message them and be like, fantastic, do you want to make some money with it? Like we can put this on shirts. We can do that. Like the big thing that made me kind of lean into that was the Thraxis beef at the start of the year. That was fucking insane. I think we'd spent like 4 months building it up. 4 months building it up and just like, commenting stupid stuff on their posts and heckling them. Because like, let's be real, as much and all as like I try, like I try to be a nice person, but my character 100% heel. I can't
Career heel.
like I would not function as a baby face. I'm pure heel energy.
That's a wildness.
Yeah. So I just started heckling them, and then eventually they started tapping back, and then the fans started getting involved. I told the fans to get involved by going over to their page and harassing them. So next thing you know, you had our people going over and telling them they suck and stuff. And then we got put on a show together, and boom, I hijacked the entire fucking thing. I remade the poster, like one of those like old school boxing posters with like all the faces facing each other and shit. And we had the supporting acts as the undercards and stuff like that. And
Very clever.
then I made a shirt. I made Team Pyrefly shirts, Team Thraxis shirts, sold them like fucking at the show.
See the Team Thraxis shirt on Sunday?
Yeah, I saw the fucking Team Thraxis shirt on fucking Sunday. I almost kicked the motherfucker out. And Chris would have loved that. Lord fucking Chris. He would have loved to have been kicked out for that shirt, but I let you stay, you piece of shit.
It was funny as he came walking and he had a shirt over the shirt.
Yeah.
And then he's just whipped it open and you just see like Team Thraxis and everywhere. It was great. It was
My reaction was,
yeah. They have fun. They have so much fun with it, man. Like, and it's up to you or not whether you want to find out if they take it seriously or not, like if it's serious or not. But yeah, it's not.
I was going to say, is it allowed to be serious?
I mean, I distinctly remember telling, I believe it was you that I was telling that Alex walks into my house and takes shits on the carpet. Alex of Thraxis and Pestilential Shadows. at the start of the year and to this day would walk into my house and say, fuck you and fuck your carpet. She would shit and then she would drag her ass along the carpet like a dog. It was, and I'm going, no, I just cleaned that. And she's going, I don't give a bloody fuck, you pissant.
Oh, it's gonna live and breathe that big man. That Baxter's
She
beef.
has 6 toes.
And I believe there was also the boat show as well. Was that
Oh,
with,
Sibos.
That's a saga.
with Bloody Tyrant from
Oh yeah,
overseas.
the one that actually happened.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that happened was really good.
That's better than the one that didn't happen.
Yeah. We tried to get a boat show happening at the start of the year, but pre-sales in Sydney just ain't it.
Yeah,
Sydney's a turn up on the day.
It's the same up here. It's the same up here.
Yeah.
People are still, I think. I don't know if it was a shift that happened prior, but since COVID, it's definitely been a lot of, it kind of shifted people's mindset because when shows started happening again, it was very like, well, am I going to get sick and not be able to go? Is the main band I'm going to see get sick and not be able to play it? Have to pull out? Is the venue going to have to a lockdown restrictions going to come in again? Blah blah blah. So it became people's stuff shifted very much. That combined with I think the cost of living crisis as well. And I don't
definitely doesn't help.
I don't necessarily blame people for the shift in that mentality. I just feel like if people need to actively try and go back the other way a bit if they can, because low ticket sales really can, and we've seen it a lot over the last couple of years, low ticket sales can lead to events getting canned.
So many fucking festivals just gone.
That's insurance.
Oh yeah.
Insurance costs.
But yeah, so the one the boat show that actually happened where you got Bloody Tyrant over from sorry, I think it was Taiwan, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were amazing. Absolutely stunning.
We filmed a
Freedom of
reaction.
Fear joined us as well.
We filmed a reaction to one of their songs. And it was
hell yeah.
It was just like those vocals coming out of that lady and like all of the
It's insane.
Yeah, but the mixing of some traditional instrumentation in with it as well was just really cool.
Stick Girl was fucking obsessed. Front row just the whole fucking time. But Bloody Tyrant, not only were they amazing to watch, they were they really enjoyed watching everyone as well, and they were so good to spend time with.
Where were they from?
Taiwan.
There. The other, weren't there 2 internationals on that?
No.
Okay.
The other one was Freedom of Fear. They're from Adelaide, so it's like another country, except we're unfortunately attached to it. Fuck you, Adelaide. No, I can say that. I went there. I was there. I was there with Niall, and I got to go on the fucking Nile tour, by the way. That was fucking awesome. Just because Grindhead had one of the shows and I was helping Carnal Viscera with their merch. So I got to fucking just hang out with Niall for a week. And we went to Adelaide, and that's a place. It exists, and I've seen it.
The churches.
I didn't even see the churches. I just saw junkies.
Adelaide is churches, serial killers, and weed. That's
Yeah.
I say that
It's
I say
like-
that with all love for Adelaide. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Adelaide. Big.
I'm
fan.
glad you are, because I'm not. Fuck you, Adelaide. Right in your. We will be seeing you next year. Please be nice to us. But fuck you.
Well, hey, if you guys get on the
Just go
bloody
throw stuff at him.
if you guys get on the bloody Metal to the Max lineup next year, there's lots of Adelaide bands there you can rip on.
I think that's who he's having a dig at, really.
I'm going to fist fight every single Adelaide band.
Yeah, you can make up
We will bring tables and set them on fire.
Yeah.
This is it. This is my moment.
Well, look, we had a cricket.
Don't forget, we need lots of little creams for that too.
The cream
No,
rises to the crop.
we'll-
Yeah.
We'll break into Diddy's stash of baby oil.
No, but genuinely, like there was a game of cricket broke out in a pit at Metal to the Max this year. Wouldn't be surprised if a hardcore wrestling match broke out in the middle of the pit next year.
I will make that happen. Here is my promise to you, Ash. If you're fucking listening, if you put us on Metal to the Max, I will give you a main event wrestling match at some point, unsolicited. Maybe not you, but someone there.
And that's the bottom line.
Fucking Pyrefly says so.
Yeah, baby, yeah. And I don't know. I mean, look, I apologize if I've missed it amongst all of the everything else you guys have been doing there. Has there been much like new music dropped this year, or has it just mainly been focused on gigs?
What's the title of this song?
The process. We all know the process. The process is happening.
Mhm.
The process is continuing. There, we can say it, can't we? We can.
We've signed up with Primitive Moth as our new label,
Mhm.
and we're going to be releasing our debut album through Primitive Moth in the new year.
Wicked.
It's going to have some new tracks. It's going to have some old tracks. It's going to have some fun. It's going to have maybe You and Me, baby. But it's a big amalgamation of everything that we've done up until now. I believe we spoke to you about Katrina last time we were on, our first drummer who passed away. We've got a lot of the songs that we did with her, and we've got a song that's kind of built off some riffs that we played with her to kind of like bookend it. So this album's going to try and capture who we are, who we were, and then that's our full stop for this era of Pyrefly. Once we finish touring that, it's going to be moving on to newer stuff, bigger stuff. But yeah, that one's going to be coming early next year.
Awesome.
Through Primitive Moth. And Grindhead Productions will be organizing the tour because I refuse to do any heavy lifting on that side of it from now on. Thank you, Tom.
Man, it's fuck trying to organize that stuff. It's just so mental trying to organize it all.
Tom's going to be so stressed out.
Well, look, I can say I have heard the new track. They played it at the finals, and it is something special. Like I was hopping around like a madman when I heard the new track in the mix of things, because I got out of the front of the pit because obviously people were just having a good time. And then I heard the new song in the mix, and yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for everyone to hear it. I think just as much as what they are once it's recorded.
It's like we didn't tell you we were playing it.
No. So when I heard it, yeah, I was very inebriated by that point, and I'm going, yes, oh, it's a new song. I've heard this one. This is mad. This song's mad.
We've been playing that. We've been playing that solidly this month. Yeah. So I think there's been, about 5 or 6 shows we've done with that song getting played, and maybe fun because we did play it at the Heat. We played at this one, Orange, the Heat in the final. 5 times already. It's been a big month with 6 gigs in 1 month. That was definitely not the plan, but turned into a fun month. But yeah, the song has been going really, really well. It's called The Void. It's a nice one. It's a chunky little one. And we're having fun playing it, man. Like every time we're just kind of getting that groove on for a little bit more. Like I suppose all the songs were new to me when I came to the band, and I suppose the Baron came in, but I was still kind of learning everything. So this one, for a really new song that it's been a while since we brought something new out, it's been so much fun trying to work out what to do on stage, how to engage, how to play. Like it's just, we played it the first time, and we just kind of stood there and played it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I ended up running around within about a meter square, just like an idiot, going like, I don't know what I'm going to do here next time. I've got to work this out.
But that's the fun part of with new material, right? Like you figure out where, what you're going to be doing live and how you're going to translate it into a live environment and have a lot of fun with it,
The hardest part I'm finding is it's getting everyone's vocals to, not vocals, our stage banter. Because, like, it's not just me. Like,
stage you're supposed to be doing vocals.
well, there's that. But like I'm not the only one that talks to the audience. We all fucking do it. But like with all of the other songs, we've made those mistakes, and we go, okay, I know you're going to be saying something there. And so with this new song, there was a point where I think Andrew and I both went to go, all right, let's fucking do this. And was both of us kind of going, oh, wait, no, after you. Wait, no, after you. So that was cool. That was great. I love that part of having new material, but what's that?
That's a different mic. We'll try and so we don't have to hold it.
Don't worry about it.
Nah, you're all good.
Don't worry about it. It'll be right.
Love you, work.
It'll be right. But that's one of the most fun things. Like I said, just like hashing out that new material and just having that time to, to when you're kind of settling in live and you're figuring out like, okay, well, this is you can do little like extra bitties here and there as you're going through, little flavor bits on it, and that's for me, that's one of the most exciting parts about music is when I have the opportunity to do that. And I know how much I know how much fun it is for me, and it's I feel like for a lot of musicians it's the most fun part because it's really like it's a fresh song. You're excited to get it out to the fans. The fans are excited to hear something new from you, and the interactions with that helps the song evolve into something even better. Because and then the fans are almost in a way contributing to the final version of the song as well. If you've played it for the fans and you've played it live in that way,
Well, I mean that they had so much fun when they were playing it. They look probably because I saw it after they've done it 5 times, but it when you see a band play a new song and you can tell it sort of sits outside of their comfortableness through their set. They're still trying to sort of get around what they want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But even after 5 times of these guys doing it, it just looked like this was naturally a part of their set the whole time. Like this, it just fit in so well. The crowd loved it.
Should have seen it the first time.
Well, that was, you know what?
You guys keep talking. I got to get for a sec.
Andrew, I love you so much. I love you. Geez, I would have loved to have seen him do that the first time on stage.
Oh, he was the one that nailed it.
Really?
Yeah, we all sucked.
See.
But it was it's not so much that we sucked. It was more Andrew is so locked into everything. And Trent and I are very much vibe players. We're
a lot looser than Andrew is, a lot looser on stage and running around and always doing different stuff that, yes, can be very awkward trying to work out.
Yeah,
Who's just doing what at this point in time? How are we going to get this together? And Andrew stood there and locked that shit down. He really did that song well.
Problem is, Alanis is a fuckwit and she looks at you and I for cues.
yeah, that's because Andrew's too busy with her back to her, locked in looking at the crowd.
His crowd engagement has been so fucking good lately.
Dude, you know why? Because he's just having so much fun getting up there at the moment. Like he's genuinely, probably in the last 3 months, he's looking like he's having a lot of fun.
We weren't sure if we were ever going to have fun doing this again. Really? Like, no, this is my time to talk about how fucking amazing you are, Trent. I want everyone to fucking know how much I love this man. After Katrina passed, Katrina had this like puppy dog like excitement with everything that we did. Like we'd be playing fucking Valve Bar when it was at the Agincourt, and she'd be like, "It's gonna be amazing!" Like she'd just get so excited over every tiny little thing, and she was the joy, she was the smile, and that allowed the rest of us to go, you know what? Yeah, this is mad. So like when I'm like, it stopped me from taking myself too seriously. It stopped us from listening to our old bass player. Like it was just, I don't think. No, but now. No,
should you?
never listen to bass players. They fucking suck. Awful.
I heard that.
Oh shit! Oh no! I've been caught. But when Katrina passed, she took that joy with her. So when it came down to Andrew and I kind of piecing it back together, because we didn't know if we wanted to, if we were going to, if we even fucking could. Because like we'd get in there and like look at the songs that we'd played with her for the last couple of years and go, how the fuck are we supposed to do this? What like in what way am I supposed to be able to like perform this knowing what was? Like there's a song that we've got that we still haven't fucking performed. Earlier in the year we released it on the Trina tapes. It's Closer to Home. That was a song that we played at her funeral. We're never touching that song. If you want to hear that song live, I'm sorry, you should have been there at the funeral. But like, but after Trent joined, there was this excitement again. Like, there's Andrew and I just like fucking trying to just hold it together. Alanis, who learned from Katrina, she knew what we could be and she knew what we were, but she was becoming very disenfranchised seeing how hurt we were. That said, we were rehearsing at School of Rock where Katrina and all of us worked, and this room we rehearsed in had Katrina's drum kit with a memorial of her on it, and it was hard. But when we when Trent joined the band, that changed almost instantly. Suddenly, because like this was your first band, wasn't it?
Oh, look, my first real band, yeah, I had a band called Lithoid when I was in high school with Sam Monkrud and a few other boys. I was actually, I think I am the original bass player for Antonomasia. I was with them for about 9 months or so, and I actually told them about Sam and went, let's get Sam in as the drummer because they needed a drummer still. And I have no idea how the hell I found those guys. Well, they found me. That just happened too long ago to know now. But yeah, I then stopped to go to uni and did nothing till I kind of was coming back and just doing the Resurgence shows and stuff. So for serious bands playing real gigs for like not just high school stuff, and I think I did one or two gigs with Antonomasia, but that was like still late teens kind of time frame. So yeah, long time in between drinks, but no, this is my first real band.
Like,
no, Antonomasia is a real band. Don't get me wrong, they're a real band.
oh, it's funny because I was the original bass player of Carmeria, and they just played together, so that's really cute. But what ended up happening on my end when you joined Pyrefly was you came in with this bright-eyed joy, and I remembered how much I loved this. I did always love it with Katrina. It was fun, like I wasn't just going out there and doing a job and playing music. It wasn't a job. There was no fucking money. It was just a really engaging hobby. But now with you in the band, it's just every time we get up on stage is a fucking pleasure again. I'm excited about writing new stuff. I'm not afraid of moving on from the old stuff anymore. And that's something that's been haunting me for years. There's a reason why we haven't released a new album yet. It's because Andrew and I weren't fucking ready.
I think you're at the stage now, and you said it best. Like, Pyrefly isn't just about the music and you guys, and it's about the fans. And the fans deserve new music. Now that you've built up that community around it, they deserve it as much as well. Yeah. If that's the mindset you're going into it with, and you want to keep those fans, and you want to keep that community, I guess you're going to have to try and give them a bit more to hold on to as well.
First though, we've got to take Katrina to good things. That's we're taking her songs there, and I'm going to cry like a baby. Like I'm talking like first note. There's going to be they're welling up already now just thinking of it. The stuff that we're doing now, the stuff that we've done over the past year, like supporting internationals, playing on fucking boats, fucking supporting fucking Avatar, playing fucking Good Things, hanging out with fucking Niall. Like, these are all things that she would have loved so much. So it's oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to bringing her to this place. I'm looking forward to more people knowing who she was. I'm glad that people still talk about her. but we're also at a point now where we're not ready to move on. We're never going to move on. We're never going to be able to. That's all. That's going to be with us every day. But we're ready to do more. We're ready to take that next step, and we haven't been up until now. So, 2025, new music. We're starting the year with a fucking bang, and we're going to be doing.
We're getting pyro.
No, we're playing with King Parrot. Yeah, and Gulge.
Mate,
But yeah.
New Year's Eve in Newtown, King Parrot are headlining. There's going to be fireworks.
It's going to be pretty full on, I think.
It's gonna be that is gonna be, geez, that's probably gonna be just as insane as good things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I have this weird feeling that if it sells out that quick, I think people are just gonna wait out the front and hopefully they can hear it. If King Parrot just turn the amps up to 11,
Which they always do because they're King Parrot and they always bring it.
Exactly.
It's free.
It's a free show.
So where's that at? Give us all of the deets on that show so we can clip it and you can put it on you.
Excellent. We're going to be supporting Gulge and King Parrot, I guess, at the Duke of Enmore on New Year's Eve. Not sure what time it kicks off. Probably sometime before midnight. Yeah, so there'll be Gulge for sure, King Parrot, T-Rex Autopsy, us, and who else is playing?
T-Rex Autopsy. That'll be
another band.
Love those guys too.
Yeah,
Shout
they're
out to
fucking
Ross.
Great. They were in the first heat with us, and they were fucking incredible. It was one of the best sets I've seen them play. Again, I'm looking at that. Like if I was personally in charge, they would have gone through and not us. Thankfully, I'm not in charge.
I wanted to talk about that. I think one thing that probably my only little critique on the way the system works, I feel like they need to throw a little panel on there. Maybe if they threw 3 people on there and then those scores were like tabulated somehow. But then in that sense, there's always a bribery case that could be involved.
It's tough because it is. There's cases that can be made on both sides for panel versus audience vote. Like
No, I'm saying they use both.
But
They do.
Oh, they do? They have a panel?
Judges.
Oh, that's perfect then. I'll shut my mouth.
So the way it worked was, and here's where it starts to get messy, is the judge votes make up 75 points total. And they judge you based on 5 things, which is,
Crowd engagement, crowd participation. It was crowd engagement, crowd participation, songwriting skills, stage performance, and some other bullshit.
bootylicious jumping. But yeah, we did. We shook our asses. But yeah, so they they judge you based on that, and then everything else is audience votes. So if you absolutely knock it out of the park with the judges, and you're fucking and Gerald comes out and buys a drink and goes, "This one's for you," you're getting 76 points. But if you fucking bomb out and you've got 10,000 people on their way in going, "Oh, here's my drink, there's my token," you're getting that 10,000 points and you're getting through.
okay.
So it is a bit of both, and I think.
The judges should have a bigger weight.
See, I don't know. I think people up top there, they're not looking for the next big thing. They're not looking for the band that's going to change the musical landscape. We're dealing with businessmen, and they're looking for the people who bring in money.
Yeah. It's who's gonna get the crowd going, who's gonna be a good way to start the day off and just get everyone in a good mood, set the vibe, set the tone for the rest of the day, and just go from there,
That's it. And what I was trying to get forward with Pyrefly in this, regardless of whether we won or not, is we are a good investment for you. If you want to start off your night fucking good, put us on, and we will make it a good fucking night.
Yeah.
We'll make it easy for you. You're not going to have to worry about anything. We'll play our set. Everyone will have fun, and then we're fucking done.
Inflatable unicorns.
I don't understand the unicorns thing. Anyway, The fact that Gossica got through to the finals was really good for us, both being grindhead bands. I made sure of that too.
That was good to him.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted. Like I rocked up late to their heat. I walked in and just bought $80 worth of stuff and went fucking get it in there. Like I did my part to make sure they got through because I love those boys and they deserve that shot. But more than that, I know that they've got a serious fucking pull, and so do we. So like having both of those crowds there, like the people organizing it, they're gonna look and go, "Wow, these two bands really fucking brought it. They brought people, they brought thunder, they brought money."
And
Grindhead looks good.
yeah, and there's always the thing then as well of like, all right, we need we need bands for something else. Remember those bands did really, really good. They got a lot of people there. Let's see how you go there. And if you're, granted, I don't know what the situation's like when you're actually at good things to do your set, and I don't know if you sort of get there's like a little sort of backstage area that you're limited to, or if you just kind of have to whatever. But there's always the potential. There's always the potential to make a connection. There's always the potential to make a connection or to have someone, who just because this is the point, right? Like this is where the whole philosophy of you need to give the same show whether there's 2,200 or 2 people in the room, because you just don't know. And I mean, yes, the idea of bands getting discovered and then pushed to the moon is something that's a relic of the way the industry used to be, and not doesn't necessarily work the same way in the algorithm-driven industry that we're in today. But the right connections pay off, and if the right person sees you at the right time, you never know when that's going to come about. It's about you got to put the work in and then do it, and grind and do all of that, and then when you have the good connections on top of that come about, they just allow you to have a moment where you can take advantage of all the hard work you've been putting in. And
time for drugs, sex, alcohol, like fucking sex, drugs, and rock and roll is dead. It's hustle, grind, and bustle.
That is the most real shit I've ever. That is so true.
Why Pyrefly sells burgers now.
Pyrefly. But like, but this is the opportunity here now. Like, so when you go up there, it's be super nice to everyone. Be super nice to all the road crew that you get. Make sure you just do as you're told when you get on stage for the sound guy. Be easy to work with.
Yeah.
You do all that, like all those little bits and pieces. Make the right jokes at the right time, like you always do.
I never make the right jokes at the right
Yeah,
time.
nah, but they're awkward.
I make 100 jokes and like 20 of them land.
Yeah, that's all right.
And I just hope that people remember the 20.
But yeah, like all these opportunities you're going to have now when you go up there, and now you're going to get to see what it's like, really, especially at a big festival like that. It's just going to be pump, 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 pump. They're just going to want to get you on, get you off. Next one's got to get ready to go. We've got to make sure you're on time because the next band's about to play. Like it's, yeah. But at the same time, when you get up there, make sure you take a second to soak it all in. Because you got, 20, 30 minutes?
And film it from as many angles as you possibly
you got 30
can.
minutes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got a special plan for that one. Keep an eye out. Yeah.
Wonderful.
What you just said there is basically what we kind of did when we went to Avatar, which was the same thing. Keep out from under their toes. Don't be annoying. Don't get in people's way when they. Nah, that's a later thing. I didn't do that. That was afterwards. There's beforehand, I will walk into Corn's dressing room while they're getting changed afterwards. Yes, I will. Hey, I'll have that one in the memory banks forever, But yeah, just try and stay like it's the same mentality though. Like you're saying, is try and do it, but on a bigger stage now. Just see what the festival looks like versus what we saw at the big venue with the professional road crew and that kind of stuff. So hopefully we learn some stuff. And
if we're given a start and a finish time, we start at that time and we finish at that time.
Yep.
If we have to start late for whatever reason, we still finish at the finish time. Like,
Yep.
it's
Exactly.
at an event like this, especially something as huge as good things, one thing fucking up earlier in the day will cascade.
Exactly.
By like, no, 5 minutes at the start of the day is fine. Becomes 15 minutes, becomes an hour. becomes-
Exactly.
We've got to
Exactly.
cut the last act, you know.
I mean-
so,
local events.
I mean,
yeah, we do. So we don't do like again, like it's the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
like we've had to cut set because like we headline a lot, but we've also had to cut sets short heaps because things have just been slow.
like I remember seeing
as well.
when Red Bee played Soundwave in like 2014, something like that. And like obviously, you know, because I was like massive Red Bee fan, so I was like front and center to watch those guys do their thing. And it was amazing to see them up on stage of that size and in front of the kind of crowd that they deserve, right? And I can still remember like they finished their set and they were given like a very short set. It was kind of in the middle of the afternoon, you know, it wasn't opening the day, but it was kind of middle of the afternoon between some other stuff. And they finished their set and they kind of looked over at the stage manager and the stage manager was like, kind of waved them. They like played, they're like, this is our last song, blah, blah, blah. They were about to turn and go off. And then they've come back and gone, all right, we've just been told to play one more song. Here we go. And that was purely because like, you know, the other stage wasn't ready to go yet. And so, but so you have to be flexible like that and be able to work, you know.
I want an extra song now.
So if you look,
No, just have one in the bag. Have one in the bag just in case.
Yeah,
have one in the bag.
That's
just
the
in
lesson
case.
about, it's a lesson about keeping them in the bag and keeping on top of, you know, stuff and being prepared to drop extra stuff in where you can, because whether it's at a big show like this or a small local show, the situation may come up where there is the need or the opportunity to play an extra song like that without it, you know, when you're being asked to do something like that. And that's obviously a different scenario, right? But like those guys were professional. They were up there. They were like, so they were sticking to their time. They were good. They were ready to get their shit off stage, and they just got told, play one more song. The other stage isn't ready yet. So off they went and played another song. And I do recall hearing, just in passing of conversations, a couple of people like, oh, what they fucking, you know, the Aussie band like got up there and played an extra song, like when they played along, so it delayed the other set, blah blah blah. But obviously those people don't know. Like, no, they got told by the stage manager to play an extra song. You know, so you know it's like you got to be prepared to do that shit as well. But yeah, you're right. You be prepared to start when you're supposed to start, finish when you're supposed to finish. And if you get told, hey, play something extra, cool. You can, you know, be prepared to do that too. But your points are all valid, and this is something that I think certain younger bands maybe don't always take into account. It's you're there. Yes, playing music's fun, and gigging is fun, and that's one of the best aspects of playing music. But you have to be professional about it.
Yeah, just get your shit off stage quickly. Get set up and get your shit off stage quickly. It's plain and simple.
If I play a gig with one more fucking band, where the band before mine, finishes their set and then stands on stage carefully coiling their cables, you know, packing their pedals and all their stuff away really neat and proper and everything, I'm going to lose my mind. I really am. Like, get your shit off the fucking stage
Dude,
now.
we do that within 5 minutes. Everything's off. Everything's packed away.
You guys, you guys
know,
use
like
2 foot pedals. They're all wireless, and you
like get your shit. Like I just unplug my cables, throw them down on my pedal board, pick up the whole thing, fuck off. Like you coil them later.
So we run the Fender Tonemaster Pros, Andrew and I, and we've all got wireless. So at the end of the night, it's unplug, lift, walk. And we also have our main man, you shithead. We've got our main man, Shane. So at the end of a show, like I'll walk off and hand him my guitar, and I just go straight to the merch desk. So I'm straight out there selling stuff and talking to people and shit like that.
You at least have someone there to do it.
Oh, you're damn right. And if we didn't have Shane there, I would expect the band to pick up my slack.
fucking singers, eh?
Look, I'm just saying. I played a show once. I won't say which band, but I played a show once where the singer's sole piece of gear was their microphone that they brought, and the time came for everyone to start setting up, and they couldn't find their microphone. The singer's one piece of gear, and look, it's fine. Not the same person that they used to be now, but it's like, know where your shit is. This is all part of being professional about it, right? Like, yes, gigs are fun.
I get the get off stage.
Do the job.
I get the whole thing about getting off stage, and yeah, you want to get off stage quickly. But what dumbfounds me is that you got a lot of times the 20-minute changeover these days seems to be a pretty common thing. If it's 15, it's a bit tighter, and if there's 15 minutes, I figure one band's got about 5 minutes to get off, so the other band's got about 10 minutes to set up. And there's been a few shows this year, one recently, one earlier in the year, and we've gotten off really quickly. And the next band has been almost 30 minutes before they start, and you're like, what is going on? So I think there's definitely a thing there for professionalism and be able to get your shit sorted and on and set up and ready to go quickly. Occasionally, okay, we've had a couple of sound dudes that couldn't work out how a pedal board works. This has happened a couple of times, and you stand there and goes, play, and you're like, I have been, you need to turn me up, I'm plugged in. And they just can't get around the technology, and I don't know why, but that's more the sound tech guy. It's just when bands are fart-assing around with stuff and playing around, it's like, get on stage, get set. I can play your set.
Again, this is something like have always made a point of the band before mine is playing. Okay, cool. My job right now is to make sure my shit is sorted and ready to go. That I have all my pieces. I know, I'm one of those people that's like so fucking paranoid and overthinks about it and worries about forgetting it that I have like checked and triple checked everything before I've even packed the car, and then I get to the venue and I put all my gear in, and then in the couple of hours between when I've loaded my gear in and when the doors open to the event, I've checked it like 3 more times, and then the band before me is playing. As soon as they start their set, it could be an hour until I need to be on stage, but band before me starts, all right, I'm off, and I'm like, okay, pedal board's here, I got the cables here, I'm good. But this is just why over the years I've like refined my setup. Like I have a thing. I found this thing called a rip rack, RIPRAC. It's from an Australian company, and it literally is like it's like a keyring and a thing of Velcro hanging down, and you can just like put several cables in it, like several coiled cables, and you just take it out, put the Velcro back up, and it's just fucking. And it keeps, you can have, and I use it because it's a way that I can throw several cables into my gear bag without them getting tangled, because they don't loop in all through each other and get caught up together. So like genuinely, Rip Rack, if you're a muso or whatever, or you're dealing with, I highly recommend going and getting one. They're not sponsored, but Rip Rack, if you're seeing this and you want to sponsor us, then please sponsor us. But yeah, like I've found that to be super handy, and Liquid Death as well. Yep, Liquid Death.
You want to
jump on board with either Two Dudes Talk Music or Pyrefly or both?
I lost 10 kilos because I cut out all of the soft drink and moved on to Liquid Death. Not only am I more hydrated than I've ever been, but I've also got more energy to do daily things like punch children and throw rocks at old people. Thank you, Liquid Death, for murdering my thirst.
You got
genius. Oh my god! Right there you go. If Liquid Death doesn't want to support you guys after that, I don't know what they want to do. But this is it's like you guys have obviously worked towards a setup as well that is efficient for you guys to transport and set up for a show, right? Like. It's all about making that more efficient and easier and less work, less fucking around, so that you can just put it on the stage and go. And then when you're going to get off the stage, you're not having to take like 10 different pieces off stage. You're taking off, minimal stuff. That's the fucking dream, right? Like when in this day and age, like bands having a roadie is very expensive. As you know, like roadies should be paid well because they do a lot of fucking work to make these things happen.
Don't tell Shane that. Can you like just censor that whole bit when you release this? So because I don't want Shane getting ideas.
But it's and I think that this is what I get really shitty when I see dudes that have been in the game for a while and they just still want to have that old school mentality and they want to show up to a gig with like a guitarist with like a double stack or something, and you're just like, you're like, this is.
I know who you're talking about.
You're like, this is Tomcats, dude. You don't need a double stack, or this is like, it's a fucking pub in Wollongong. You don't need a double stack to play a pub in Wollongong. I'm sorry, like,
Mate, it's Elton Chong's the smallest venue in Sydney. You don't need the fridge cab Ampeg.
Okay, no, but for me, the double stack is more about it being an extra piece of gear that you got to fuck around with. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true.
When it comes, and I know it sounds like I'm being, oh yeah, but bass is different. But to be fair, bass is different. And it's just one of those things where like, the idea of there's people that want to think that they're out there playing on stage with like Motley Crue or something, and so they've got to have like a wall of amps behind them for stuff. It's just not how that is anymore,
exactly
bro.
like
PA systems are way better than they used to be. Like, you're getting way more sound is getting out to the crowd through the PA system than through your thing, and it's just going to make the whole exercise harder for everybody else if you're having to do that. And it's an extra bit of gear and it takes up space. And look, most venues, the amount of space for bands to have their gear is very, very limited anyway. So the less space you can be taking up in that regard, better. The quicker you can get your shit on stage and set up and ready to go and have less points of failure, the better. The quicker you can get your shit off stage, the better. And this, if you're a young musician that's coming up, I guarantee you, if you can learn to do that sort of shit with your band, you will be a lot more well liked by the other bands that you play with and by the venues that you're playing with.
Especially by the venues it is so. It's just a common decency thing.
It's respect. If I'm playing before you and your band goes overtime and then you're taking forever to get your shit off stage, you're telling me that you don't respect me. You don't respect any of the other bands on the show. You are only there for yourself. And so I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm not gonna tell people to go and listen to your band. I'm not gonna
That's the thing. If there's ever an open spot and then someone goes, "Hey, do you know a band and they can play this?" Guess who's not getting suggested ever?
Exactly. Like, you can be a really, really good band, but if you're not respectful of the other bands on the bill, sorry guys. Like,
on that, we've had well, we mentioned it briefly earlier, but throughout this year, again, headlining, you're going to cop that a lot. We've had a large number of shows where people have paid money to come and see a 45-minute set from us, and they've gotten like, I think at one point they got 20 minutes. And it's the kind of thing that I took in my stride. Like, I didn't get pissy about it, and I just kind of used that to market. Like, hey, if you liked that, we're going to be here next. And so, like, it's all about putting that spin on it. But I never forgot who those people were as well.
Exactly. And I think sound guys need to have some balls about it too. Because, if bands are, sound guys really need to be like, this is your time. If you start late, you don't go over your time. You finish at this time. And if you're going long, I'm going to cut your sound. Sound guys need to have the balls to do that when necessary, especially in instances like that one. Because, obviously if there's not a time that the venue has to stop putting music on for one reason or another due to noise restrictions primarily, because if that's not a factor, you could just play later. But the venue a lot of the times, because of stupid fucking nanny state laws, the venues have to stop making sound, loud music by a certain time. So,
which is generally midnight.
Like, just yeah, young bands, it's like there's that element of it too. You know, it's not just about your band; it's about all the other bands on the bill. You know, fill your time. Don't go too far. Don't go too far under. That's the other thing. Like if you're being asked to play, 40 minutes, don't go into that with only 25 minutes of material. Make sure your set's 40 minutes if you've got 40 minutes.
The safe bet's about 1 minute either side, I find.
I usually try. Well, this is where with Nuclear Vision, since we've started using like click tracks and programming out the sets, I can go into that and go, here's our set, and it's programmed out. And I usually will have it go 1 minute less than what the runtime is, so that we've got the space there. And if we get into a situation where, oh shit, like there's some problem and we have to start a couple of minutes late, I might just sort of be over at the laptop and maybe jump over some of the longer samples in between songs or something like that. Just might kind of do that. Or if we have a particularly short song, we might just skip that song. It's just a matter of finding the places to cut it down. But like,
don't start a new song. Don't start a new song when you're already over time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of bands walk into it like with what you said. They got 40 minutes set, but only 25 minutes of material, and they have it in their head that they can't cut anything. Nothing can get cut. The whole set has to be played or whatever. And yeah, you've either got it in your head that you can't cut anything, or half these bands have only got a 25-minute set with a 40-minute block.
Have a band with a 30-minute set run 18 minutes once, and it was like, that's it. No.
I mean, look, if you've only got 18 minutes worth of material, like, why are you playing a gig?
Unless you're a grindcore band.
Sorry,
18 minutes, you can play like an entire discography.
I mean, yes, but yeah. Anyway, I mean, I just sort of it's be more professional, I guess, is the takeaway of this kind of long rambling bit I've been on. Is just because you have fun playing gigs doesn't mean that there shouldn't be a degree of professionalism about it.
Well, that's the thing. I want, like, other people want to get up there and have fun too. Don't be a jerk. It's like the seesaw. It's like the flying fox at the kids park.
I hog the flying fox to this day. If I see little Timmy rock up with his mum, and Timmy's like, "Mum, I want to go on the flying fox." She looks over and she sees me.
Fine.
Kid comes near me. Fuck off, kid. This is my flying fox. I'm the king of the castle, and you're the dirty rascal motherfucker. And then, like, I take off, kick him in the head. And then, after kicking him in the head, I'll pick up my liquid death. And we're standing on.
I feel like this has to be like a full infomercial thing now, and you actually have to make a video
of me kicking kids in the head.
Refusing to let.
Can I borrow Matt? Can I borrow your son for a bit?
Refusing to let a child use the flying fox at the park, and then you kick them in the head, and then it's like explosions in the background that don't need to be there or don't make any sense, and then you come down off the thing and you land, and you just like reach behind you and pull out a can, and then like do the Stone Cold where it's like running all down your face and everything.
You've seen our socials. You know I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I know. And all I ask for is, 10, 20, 100% of the revenue. That's
if there's any revenue, you can have it. That 30 cents is yours.
Yay!
On the professionalism though, like, we are standing on the edge of something really big here, and if we go into good things and we don't act professional, we can say goodbye to that entire half of it.
Exactly.
The whole year of work's gone down the plugger.
Yeah. Whereas, like Avatar, we were given 30 minutes. We played 29 and 57. Fucking, we were there.
Yeah.
We were on, played, off. During the first heat, we started 10 seconds late. We finished 10 seconds early. Same with the fucking finals. 10 seconds late, 10 seconds early.
Yeah.
It's the quickest way to not get work from a promoter on any level is to fuck with their night.
Yeah.
My goal is for, whoever's running good things, whoever's running that particular stage, I want them to get to the end of our set and go, "Oh, you guys are done." Like, I want him to not even have to think about that stage for that time.
Yeah, exactly. If you make their job easier, they will. Best case scenario, they will remember you for all the right reasons going forward. Worst case scenario, they won't remember you for all the wrong reasons. And I don't, you know what I mean? Like they will. And what I don't mean is that they will. Yeah, you get what I mean though. Like they won't have a bad taste in their mouth for you, and then be like, well, we're never working with them again. Like, you know what I mean? So you just got to get in there.
If that happens, I'll just start some online beef. Look out, Destroy All Lines, I'm coming for you.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much, gentlemen, for stopping by and having a chat with us tonight. We really, really appreciate it. Again, massive congratulations. It's a huge opportunity for you guys. If you are going to Good Things in Sydney, make a point to get down there early and go and check out Pyrefly. Because
if you go and have a look at the they got the set times up already. I think it's like stage 5. I think it's 1 p.m. And they're going to have someone down at Good Things doing flash tattoos, and they've got the Pyrefly fly down there, and I think they're about like $150 or $200. Don't quote me on the price.
I can actually be quoted now. Your reception sucks. What is this? Daddydas, DADDYIDAS. Daddydas at Barrel Tattoo is going to be doing flash tattoos at Good Things. You can get a Pyrefly design as well as a whole bunch of others. I'm going to get a picture and show you. I'll show you again. Anyway, it's $180. There is a Pyrefly one. It's the little fly. It's going to be mad.
If you send us through the thing, I'll flash it up on the screen when we're talking about it. So
now I'm not going to send it to you.
I'll make him. Don't do that.
Okay, I'll do it, but only because I love you guys. But yeah, stage 5 at daytime somewhere, and then also 1 p.m. and then tattoos. Go get them. I'm going to be getting one.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, once again, huge congratulations. You guys very much deserve it. And if people are going down there to Good Things, get down there early. Go to stage 5 and check these guys out. They're an amazing band. Really, really good stuff. Keep an eye out for that album that's coming out early next year, and just go and follow Pyrefly and everything. The banter on social media is great. It is. It's awesome. We'll have all the links down in the description. And you guys have been amazing for watching. If you liked today's video, give it a like. Consider maybe giving us a subscribe. If you didn't, downvote the shit out of it. I mean, that's what the button's there for, right? But we will catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel, and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.